Hogwarts Legacy has a whole new region that you can go to right now, and well, it may have accidentally stayed there from an update that could be a new DLC location, which is huge. To add to that, we have some extremely shocking and worrying news regarding the player base for the game that may well change WB's entire plan that they currently have for the game, and the question is, will it be for the worst or the better? Tons to get through. If you could leave a like, it helps a ton, but turn that into a dislike if you get to the end and did not enjoy the video. So there is a whole new region that has been found, thank you to a creator called Dylan, who I'll link in the description below. Now, new locations, DLC and more are currently a huge topic for the game, and in recent updates we've seen specifically two files in particular named, and I quote, DLC. Now, the map in this game is huge, and there are specifically these two full-fledged locations that you can see on screen that you simply cannot just access. And the crazy thing is, when you can go to that location, there are actually things going on. So how do you get there? Well, there are a few ways. Now, the best option that I found was to actually head to Irondale and basically walk towards the white sheet / wall, and then you just glitch through it so you can basically fly under the map. Now, the only reason I found that to be the best option for me is because it just allows you to go a little further. Now, of course, it is a bit of a trip, but you basically just want to head straight to that location. Now, two things. Once you get there, you'll notice that your seasons will randomly just change, which is super weird. Now, the first thing that will actually grab your interest is the burning flame with the rocks. Now, no matter what you do, you simply cannot get any closer than I have what you can see in the video. Now, this secret region seems to, at least in my opinion, be the location where you do the dragon mission with Poppy. But wait, there's more, and this is where everyone is asking, is this a DLC location, and why on earth is that here, specifically on a part of the map that we can't actually even access? So when you get past these flames, you will actually notice a little lake, and there is a random building basically just broken down. Now, there is nothing there to collect, but at the same time, it's not something that you visit at all in the game, and around that area there is even a watchtower. Now, to add to that, the surrounding area specifically here has tons of actual trees. Now, the reason that's a very big deal is even if you glitch outside of the map, a lot of the map basically just feels flat in terms of textures. So for random trees to be placed there clearly means it's supposed to be explorable. Now, it gets even more wild, as a lot of others are actually saying, depending how you actually go to the location, of course, is that you can actually land and walk around the areas. Now, I was unable to do that, but I think that's just because of the way that I got through the barrier. But I think overall, that is just absolutely insane. So go ahead and give this a go ASAP before it gets patched, and I want to know what you guys think about this. Is it a DLC? Is it random? Was it by accident? Or was it something they just did at a last minute decision and basically decided to make the call on just removing it from the game, which we know they've done quite a lot of. But it does make you wonder for sure, as this map is huge and there is a lot of potential, but let me know your thoughts below. Now, before I continue, I've got a really cool sponsor that I know you will love, so let's roll the ad and then we'll continue into the video. So today's video is sponsored by Private Internet Access, a VPN which literally unblocks the world for you and even gives you access to the entire Harry Potter collection on Netflix. You know when you're searching for something on Netflix and they tell you, hey, we know exactly what you're looking for, but we ain't got it. Well, in a nutshell, it's a lie. They just don't have it for you because of your region. And in this case, the Harry Potter series is only available in Australia and Turkey. So if you don't live there, you would never have access to it. And this VPN, on the flip side, allows you to go to Australia or Turkey and get access to it. Now, watching Netflix without the Private Internet Access VPN is like also paying for pre-order skins in a video game, but you can only equip the free ones. Now, some online deals are cheaper as well when purchasing in different regions, such as clothes, flights, and even games. so this is where a VPN can actually save you a lot of money too. But what it also does is hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. But for example, browsing the internet with an unencrypted connection is literally the equivalent of sending a private message to a group chat, except everyone just saw that terrible meme and or joke. But thanks to the encrypted tunnel this software has, it shields your digital life from the eyes of those that are looking to exploit your private information. And it's so easy to use. Once downloaded, you literally just choose your region, turn it on, and you are good to go. Fun fact, Private Internet Access is the world's most transparent VPN provider with over 30 million downloads, and they never record or store user data, and they have a no logs policy that has been proven multiple times in court and even by a third-party audit from Deloitte. By using my link below, you can grab an 83% discount on Private Internet Access. That's just $2.03 a month, and you also get 4 extra months completely for free, but there's even a 30-day money-back guarantee and 24/7 customer support available. Not to mention, the entire Harry Potter series on Netflix is just a click away. I mean, come on, that's a no-brainer. Click the link in the description below and unlock your world. Now, we do have some bad and worrying news for Hogwarts Legacy, specifically regarding the player base. Now, the numbers in terms of people playing the game has dropped massively. So it says, and I quote, Hogwarts Legacy's average player count has dropped by 47% in just the last month alone, with its peak concurrent players on Steam in the last 24 hours sitting at around 98,000 in comparison to the 527,000 players it had at launch. The article then continues to say, it's designed for people to complete it and then move on to other things, and there is certainly nothing wrong with that approach. In fact, many people would rather prefer games to have a definitive end instead of being dragged out so they can play more things, instead of sticking with the same game forever. Now, there is a valid point there, but at the same time, we know WB Games have clearly stated in some sort of way that that is definitely not their intention. Now, from a revenue standpoint, this game was massive for them, and of course, they have had exclusive deals, for example, with PlayStation, and again, that caused quite a lot of conversation in the community because arguably it has been said that the PlayStation exclusive mission is quite literally, again, based on tons of opinions out there, the best mission in the game. And of course, it is exclusive, but it is a timed exclusive. Now, the bad news is that the only reason they have started to go radio silent is because of the last gen release of the game. Now, I've said it from the start on how I understand why they are doing it and why it's a good move, but equally a bad thing in the long run, as it's clearly holding a lot of things back. The sad part is, with all of the focus on the last gen consoles to make the game as accessible for as many people as possible, will they be able to sustain that accessibility when they add more content in the game, for example in the form of DLCs for instance, or if they do what Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed and go for a, let's just say, a yearly release, or a release every 2 years for example with a new installment. Would that also go to the last gen consoles? That's the big question, because again, we know there's console limitations and there's only so much you can make accessible for the most part in terms of actually giving a good quality game, because sure, they might go ahead and be able to release it on the last gen consoles, but there might be a clear differentiation between one another, right? Which at that point, if the game is retailing for the same price, pretty much no one is going to be happy in regards to that, right? Why would you pay the same price for a game that looks nothing like the game on the new gen consoles, for example? So there would be an issue there, and that's why I think with seeing the player base drop in particular, I do genuinely feel that their whole sort of strategy they have, or their plan at least anyway, may very well be tweaked. Now, the only thing that can basically bring the players back into the game so we see a spike is basically by doing a discount on the game. But I'm curious to know what you think about this, so let me know in the comments below. Now, the other day, an exclusive feature was shared for this game that only the devs have access to, but it has every player wanting to see it in the main version of the game. So check out the video that you see on screen right now.